The Network: How Influence Shielded Jeffrey Epstein. By the early 1990s, Jeffrey Epstein had evolved from an obscure former teacher into a figure who moved comfortably within elite circles across politics, finance, academia, and royalty. Unlike traditional financiers who publicly managed funds or built recognizable corporations, Epstein's wealth appeared opaque. He described himself as a private money manager for billionaires, yet few verifiable details about his client list were ever made public. What became unmistakable, however, was his extraordinary access. He attended high-profile gatherings, charity events, and private dinners where global decision-makers converged. Photographs later documented his association with Bill Clinton during multiple trips, as well as social interactions in the 1990s with Donald Trump in overlapping New York and Palm Beach circles. His connection with Prince Andrew would later become central to civil litigation and public controversy. It is critical to note that documented association does not automatically imply criminal involvement. Many individuals who appeared in flight logs or photographs stated they had no knowledge of Epstein's alleged activities. Yet the breadth of his network raised a deeper question. How did one man cultivate such proximity to power without the transparency typically expected of major financiers? Epstein carefully crafted an image as an intellectual benefactor. He donated funds to universities and scientific research initiatives, hosted private symposium-style dinners, and positioned himself alongside respected academics and technologists. By aligning with scientists and philanthropists, he constructed a layer of legitimacy that extended beyond finance. Invitations to his Manhattan mansion or to Little St. James carried the framing of intellectual exchange rather than indulgent retreat. This blending of philanthropy and exclusivity blurred boundaries. After his 2008 federal plea agreement in Florida, negotiated under the supervision of then U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta, Epstein served a controversial 13-month sentence that included work release privileges. The agreement granted federal immunity to unnamed potential co-conspirators, a provision that later drew significant public criticism. Despite the conviction, Epstein reintegrated into high society with surprising ease. He resumed hosting events, traveling internationally, and maintaining contact with influential figures. The continuity of his social access after a criminal conviction intensified scrutiny once further allegations surfaced. Flight logs from his private jet, sometimes referred to in media as the Lolita Express, became public during civil litigation. These logs documented travel between New York, Palm Beach, New Mexico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Again, inclusion on a flight manifest did not equate to criminal wrongdoing, but the frequency of elite passengers reinforced the perception of an insulated environment. Prosecutors in 2019 described Epstein's operations as part of a broader system sustained by wealth and influence. When he was arrested in July 2019 in New York City on federal sex trafficking charges, the narrative shifted from rumor to formal indictment. His detention at the Metropolitan Correctional Center and subsequent death in August 2019 only intensified global attention. Civil lawsuits continued, and in 2021, Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted in federal court for her role in recruiting minors, reinforcing the argument that the case extended beyond one individual. The network surrounding Epstein was not defined by secret handshakes in hidden rooms, but by visible interactions in public spaces, galas, conferences, charitable boards, academic partnerships, and documented travel. Its strength appeared to lie in normalization. When a figure consistently appears alongside respected leaders, skepticism diminishes. Influence becomes insulation. The Epstein network ultimately became less about individual names and more about structural vulnerability, how wealth, reputation, and proximity to authority can complicate accountability. When the center of that network collapsed in 2019, the web did not disappear. Instead, it remained as evidence: photographs, depositions, financial records, and testimonies, forcing institutions and individuals to confront uncomfortable scrutiny. The story of the network is therefore not merely about association, it is about how systems of influence operate in plain sight, sustained not only by secrecy, but by acceptance.